Hi, everyone. My name is Chandler Rosenberg, and I'm the Managing Director of Plant-Based Utah. I am here today with Dr. Niki Davis, one of our board members. We are so excited. This is our first week of our weekly Q&A with Dr. Davis. So we'll be taking your questions from our membership platform, as well as questions from our comments if you'd like to leave a comment on one of the videos for next week. We'll be posting these videos on our website, as well as our social media and our YouTube channel. So with that, let's get into the first question. Dr. Davis, one of our members wants to know, can coconut be part of a healthy plant-based diet?
Yeah, so thank you, Chandler. I'm excited to get going with these weekly Q&As. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And the question of coconut. So that's a great question because coconut, although a whole plant food, also is pretty high in fat and saturated fat. So a lot of people wonder, this is a whole plant food, so technically it could be something in a whole plant food diet, but is it something that can be healthy on that diet? So this is something that I get asked a lot, and I'm happy to answer it today. So first of all, we want to talk about what's in coconut. So coconut, because it's a whole plant food, has a lot of the benefits of a whole plant food: fiber, minerals, all the vitamins that you get in coconut. The place where it differs from some of the other plant foods is it's very high in not only fat, but very high in saturated fat, which is kind of odd for a plant food. Most plant foods do not have high saturated fat. Where we normally find saturated fat is in more animal foods, animal products, beef and dairy products. So that's where it differs. So unfortunately, it's about 92% saturated fat out of the amount of fat that is in coconut. Now, there are different ways that you can eat coconut. So there's the raw meat. You just open up a coconut and you can eat that. They also make coconut flakes that you can use to top on salads or oatmeal and things like that. Then you have the coconut milk, which is basically you're just straining that coconut to get the milk out of it. Now, that one's going to be slightly processed because you are removing some of the fiber out of the coconut. And then even more processed would be coconut oil. Now, some people think that this coconut oil is a health food and is actually very good for you. But I would say that when you get down that line where you're looking into like the very highly processed part of a coconut, you're just stripping the coconut and you're just taking out the fat and you're getting rid of all the good stuff that we were just talking about, like the fiber and the minerals and the vitamins. So that would be, I would say that if you're looking at coconut, the more healthful choice is looking at the whole coconut versus the more processed, which would be the oil. Now, there are some populations, such as in the Philippines, where they do eat quite a bit of coconut and they have low rates of heart disease. So why is that? Well, it turns out that they have a very low processed diet as it is, and they actually don't eat a lot of animal products, which means they don't eat a lot of cholesterol. And they eat a lot of whole plant foods such as rice and veggies. So if you are going to be eating a whole food plant-based diet, if you're eating that for the most part, having a little bit of coconut as something that tastes good on top of your food occasionally, I think can be part of a healthy diet. Now, one thing that you want to consider is that they've done some studies that show that although coconut oil is better than butter as far as coconut levels in your body, but that it's actually not quite as good as other oils, such as safflower oil. So it's better, definitely, than butter if you're looking at cholesterol levels in the body, but it's not as good as other oils. So it's not a super health food, healthy oil that some people think it is.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. I do love coconut flakes on my oatmeal, so I hope that's
Yeah, I know that flavor is really great.
Yeah. So if you'd like to ask a question next week, leave us a comment and we will talk to you next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Chandler.